You have been spending years inside your own thoughts. The degrees of success to failure varies, but you are alive. You have been able to maintain life during this time of reason, exploration, and redefining your life. This was the cause of a trauma, loss, or abandonment. You have learned about yourself and relationships along the way. You have transitioned from letting life come to you to attacking life and paving the way for others to follow. Your ideas have eliminated certain experiences, while other ideas have become a perverse equation to fulfillment. You are still not experiencing the feeling that you once thought that you desired to live a fulfilled life. Life has become hyper-focused on self, things that you would like to bring into your life. Write down how you see them coming into your life. If you were to bring one of those desires into your life, how would your life change? Listen to this point of view. Too much self-centered attitude, brings isolation. Result, loneliness, fear, anger. The extreme self-centered attitude is the source of suffering. A concern is that people are going too far inside the thought of self, inflicting many damaging traits to themselves. When you focus too far inside, you lose sight of the world around you, which continues to exist and can help you reduce stress, trauma, symptoms, and emotions. When you fully engage in the outside world, you can temporarily escape the depression, pain, sadness, anger, and frustration on the inside. Deflection, the act of turning aside, can help your body and mind reset from the height of stress to a lower resonance. Even if this lasts only for a while, the benefits to your nervous system can include decreased blood pressure, deeper breathing, and increased resilience. Only focusing on yourself puts a great hardship on your relationships. Here are a few thoughts on the perception of being self-absorbed. Obviously, paying attention to our wants and needs is appropriate, even necessary, but whether we're feeling extremely bad or nervous about ourselves, worriedly ruminating about how others perceive us, or indulging into a state of toxic self-absorption. And as a personality trait, attending excessively to us and at the expense of almost all other considerations is typically regarded not only as abnormal, but as unethical too. For such behavior depicts almost the opposite of altruism. When self-absorption is explored in the literature, it's generally contrasted with self-reflection, self-awareness, and introspection. Personality characteristics regarded much more positively, for they're related to maturity, sensitivity, and achieving valuable personal insight. And they are also viewed as enabling individuals to treat others more thoughtfully. The human mind will continue to find a new answer if you continue to put a thought at your high priority. There is an instinctual need to research your thoughts. This process will open communication with other people who have a point of view about the thought or something closely related to the thought. Within this expansive conversation, you will find yours. This is your way into the next phase of your life. You will either develop your own path or follow the path of conversation that you like. If you ever look back, life will have totally changed. You'll have your own memories, though the changes will be so profound you will not dare return to where you came from. The life ahead will still be challenging, yet your mind has found a new focus that has opened a new phase of life that is feeding your hunger for life. The message of self-absorption continues to point to the need of interaction with others. Some of that has to do with our need to make the world as small as possible so that we can control it ourselves as much as possible. But making the world too small is very lonely indeed and can backfire. Writing for psychologytoday.com, Hara Estroff Marano reports, quote, loneliness is a major precipitant of depression and alcoholism, and it increasingly appears to be the cause of a range of medical problems, unquote. Humbling ourselves is important for growth. Somehow, along the way, your path will take a turn. By putting ourselves in a nightclub environment We are leaving our lives open to chance, with the ability of other people's behavior to affect our lives. Senses that will begin rebuilding your confidence. As our confidence builds with the nightclub scenes, conversation will influence each other of our lives. Go by yourself to give yourself a chance at having a pure experience. Go with a group of people to enjoy the company of others. New friends you have recently made through the research of your new interests. Fall in love with all that life has to offer again. This is not a new you. It is the next version of you. The nightclubs will always be there. You are looking for experiences to meet specific people that will expand your conversation. Life is now about expanding your conversation. The song Wake Me Up was impactful to me as I was in the middle of a lawsuit and treatment from a car accident when the song was released. According to Black, while on the road, he kept thinking to himself that the incredible heights he had reached in life was, quote, such a dream, unquote, and that someone should wake him up, quote, when it's all over, quote. He had the sudden realization of his unbelievably good life, gave birth to the lyrics of Wake Me Up. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. Wake Me Up was written by AVICII, Ala Block, and American guitarist Mike Eisinger of Incubus fame. Eisinger played the famous acoustic guitar on the track. The song was produced by AVICII and Iranian Swedish music producer Arash Pornouri. It is worth noting that Pornouri once served as manager for AVICII. Find a hotel that will allow you to freely move from one space to another with different sensations, experience from each. The idea is to be in a contained environment that you are comfortable with, or you are certain will trigger your senses. A hotel could also allow you to bring together people from the conversation that you have found interesting. Now your interests are becoming part of your life with the potential to make money off your interests. This will promote you to an expert within your interests. Become aware of presentation all the time. You've heard it before. The guest experience starts the moment the traveler starts looking for the ideal hotel. Here is what it means. Improving your hotel's online presence. This is something we at Trivago can help you with. As a leading global hotel meta search, Trivago can be your connection to millions of travelers from all over the world searching for hotels. There are solutions that empower you to take control of your profile on the site. Build it up with unique photos and descriptions, and even upgrade it to make it stand out from the competition. And if you're looking for a way to drive direct bookings to your hotel website, we have a solution for that as well. The life that you have been seeking is close. The hotel is going to reinforce the lifestyle that you are seeking, a penthouse lifestyle, a lifestyle that is organized, certain, expanding, demanding, challenging, rewarding, and fulfilling. As you enter your penthouse, you could now freely think about life. You understand the conversations you want in your life are in the residence below you or out at the penthouses across from yours as you look out towards the skyline and horizon. It is important to engage with people within the residences of your tower to better understand the lifestyles that are in the tower. This will lead you towards the answer if you are truly in the proper tower. Knowing what you are going to become is important to better understand the process you need to create that reality. If you are experiencing similar feelings of frustration or even regret about the direction of your career, this article is intended to help you examine the question, am I reaching my potential? This is not the same as asking, how do I rise to the top? Or how can I be successful in my career? Rather, it's about taking a very personal look at how you define success in your heart of hearts and then finding your path to get there. Am I reaching my potential is not the same as asking, how do I rise to the top? To do that, you must step back and reassess your career, starting with the recognition that managing it is your responsibility. Too many people feel like victims in their careers, when in fact, they have a substantial degree of control. Seizing control requires you to take a fresh look at your behavior in three main areas: knowing yourself, excelling at critical tasks, and demonstrating character and leadership. This could also allow you to begin having people within your new conversation move into your tower. The idea of organizing an existing community to better meet both of your needs is priceless. This process is about living amongst people again like you once did. It will be different this time. You are more understanding of others' feelings. You also know that you are not going to second guess wasting time. You have a conversation to build, so when you look out at the view from your penthouse, understand that your next path outside of your own life is identifying a new interest that will lead to the conversation of your next lifestyle.